That means that only Reese is the apex that they have to catch as soon as possible. On the other hand, Jude had come to believe in Reese that she was indeed an apex, but she was good at heart and only wanted to find her daughter Leah. She rebelled against the apex group for her daughter. However, Jude doesn't want to go against the police and locks Reese in a room and calls his boss Emma to tell her everything. That he locks Reese in a room, even though she's not bad at heart, so he asks Emma to meet with Reese alone, after which they will decide what they should do next. But Emma tells her head that Jude has locked up the only apex in his house, and they go to capture Reese with the soldiers. There, Reese had also heard everything that Jude had told the rest of the force about Reese, so she also started preparing to escape, and now after some time when the soldiers came to catch her, even though Reese was hit by a bullet, she jumped into the water and ran away. Jude was angry with Emma because he asked her to come alone, and he also scolds Emma on the phone that he will never trust her again. He also gives up on the case and decides to spend some days with his son in peace. Anyway, now he is already divorced from his wife. The next day, Jude goes to a local fair with his son, but he doesn't know that the injured Reese is also running away from the rest of the soldiers in the same forest. Reese knew that everyone already knew that she is an apex and that they would catch her and kill her. On the other hand, the head of the department, Craig, who is from the future himself, hires a doctor who will secretly examine that 47 people and keep everything a secret. She is also offered a lot of money for it. The doctor rushes to the camp and Emma tells her that little Leah is very sick, and the doctor should treat her quickly. In fact, Leah has the same disease that Apex created to kill normal humans in the future, and at this time there is no cure for it. On the other hand, Reese, who is running away from the soldiers in the forest, and because she is an apex, so she easily escapes by killing all the soldiers. All she wants her daughter Leah at any cost. On the other hand, after spending the whole day wandering around the fair with his son, Jude finds the bodies of dead soldiers, on which was also written a message for him that Reese will also teach a lesson to the Jude that he tried to betray her. Jude notices that his son is now missing from the fair, meaning that Reese took him. Then she calls Jude and threatens to kill his son if he doesn't go to the camp and bring her daughter to her. With no other choice left, Jude rushes to the camp and begs them to hand Leah over to him so that he can free his son in return. But her senior Emma gives her the bad news that Leah is badly infected with that disease, and she will be killed if her life support system will be removed, so they can't send her from here yet. The main doctor also informs him that Leah has a future disease for which no one has an antidote at this time. Now Jude says that the doctor has to go with him and tell Reese about this so that she doesn't hurt his son. Now at first Emma doesn't allow this because she don't wants to risk the doctor's life, because Reese is very dangerous. She is an apex and has killed many of their soldiers. But now the doctor himself tells Emma that she wants to go to Reese because Reese's blood can give her the formula to cure this disease. However, Apex are immune to this disease. Now both Doctor and Jude reach Reese's address and tell her everything, that Leah's condition is very bad. They cannot remove her from the life support system. Now at first Reese thinks they're lying, so the doctor says that she'll stay with Reese instead of Jude's son, so that she can find an antidote for Lee's disease. Jude is happy that his son is still safe. Reese didn't hurt him, and his son also tells how Reese took good care of him. On the other hand, everyone in the camp was worried. Where are the people who came from the first group from the future at this time? Then that a survivor makes a sketch of his wife Greta and gives it to Emma, who had come in past with the first group. And fortunately, Emma had recognized her as Greta, who was held a high post. So now Emma goes alone to meet her and asks if she is from the future, because one of her survivors has given her a sketch and told that he is her husband. Now after hearing all this, Greta was shocked that her truth is revealed to Emma. Amy also notices that there were several photos of her at home, including her head of Homeland Security, Craig. That means he is also from the future, and the people of the first group from the future are planning something secretly. But before Emma can tell this truth to anyone, Greta comes from behind and shoots Emma, so that no one knows their truth. So on the other hand, Doctor starts taking Reese's blood sample because she is an apex. She is immune to all diseases. Doctor is trying to make an antidote from her blood so that she could save her daughter Leah.